Good morning, golf addicts. Welcome to the Sleepers video for the Waste Management Phoenix Open 2023. I'm giving you three sleepers today. Trace, Sleep Arrows, okay? Because you know why? Because it's an elevated event. So I'm going to elevate it. Instead of just two, I'm giving you three. I'm going to try to knock them out at the same 10 to 12 minute time frame. So we're going to move quickly. Let's get started. I'm going to start with the most expensive sleeper. I got two in the 6K range on DraftKings that will save you plenty of cash, let you stack up the studs at the top. But I got one right here I want to start off with in the mid sevens. And this might be the highest owned guy of the three. Probably is going to be the highest. In fact, I'll go ahead and guarantee it. Projected around 8 or 9%. It's Alex Noren. Alex Noren is your first sleeper. $7,600 on DraftKings. He's plus 260 on DraftKings to top 20, and he's 80 to 1 to win outright. Finished T6 here last year. He's never missed a cut. He's got a T21 and a T44 to go along with that. But let me show you. I mean, Alex Noren, if you've been sleeping on Noren, just take a look at what he's done. This is his world golf ranking profile. Currently the 37th ranked golfer in the world. Here's how he started 2023. Very first event of 2023. We see a lot of guys on the PGA Tour first event. It sucks, okay? His first event, Abu Dhabi, just a couple weeks ago, T5. As he finished 2022, look at this. Runner-up at the World Tour, the DP World Tour Championship, fourth at the Houston Open. 44th at the Shriners on the PGA Tour. That's Desert Golf. Did okay. Almost won the Alfred Dunhill. Almost won the Barracuda. Like Alex Noren, kind of quietly ish had a really good year in professional golf last year. I'm a believer in Alex Noren. He's a solid total driver of the golf ball. Hits it far enough. He's not a super long hitter, but he hits it far enough. And, can spray it a little bit with that funky like move he does or whatever it is. He can spray it a little bit, but it's usually not terrible. He's going to check the box in that good drives percentage. But what separates him from everybody is the short game. Alex clearly has a really good short game, solid putter. I think he can get it done. I honestly think his upside here is truly winning. Gain strokes on Bermuda, bent grass surfaces, gain strokes in difficult or average conditions. And he can have peak iron weeks, as we saw at the Houston Open, where he gained 7 strokes with his irons. He may or may not check some boxes, and I think a lot of that's because depending on what site you're using, for example, if you're using Fantasy National, you're not going to have any of the DP World Tour stats and strokes gain data. So he could whiff on some stats, but I love seeing that top 5 last week or his last time out at Abu Dhabi. So I like Alex Noren. Again, projecting him to be around 8 or 9%. We probably need to pay attention to him. He could catch a little steam, then not really be a sleeper. Maybe that's why I'm giving you two more, because I know these two are going to be sleepers for sure. Before I get into that, I want to remind everybody to subscribe to the 2 emails that you get every single week with the Tour Junkies if you've not already. A lot of you have subscribed, but we had an issue with MailChimp, and they literally just deleted 1,000 subscribers. So if you've been wondering where the emails are, you probably were one of those deleted. So you need to resubscribe. You can go to tourjunkies.com/chalkbomb, and that will subscribe you to both emails, the heavy petting email every Tuesday and the chalk bomb every Wednesday. By the way, our boy Joe Idoni at Tour Picks doing a great job with the chalk bomb. Nailed Mav McNeely last week. It hurt my DFS lineup, but he did. Joe's writing the chalk bomb for us. Great head-to-head matchup information in there as well that you could use for both head-to-head matchups and DFS. You need to be using that. And then all the full complement of the 10 key stats, the core stuff you need to know, the weather. Pontificate with Pat's rather popular. A lot of people just scroll straight to that to get a laugh, and they delete the rest of the email. So subscribe to the email list if you haven't already. They're both free. Heavy petting on Tuesdays, chalk bomb on Wednesdays, unless there's some sort of delay. It's great content. So I highly, highly recommend it. All right, let's get to the next 2 sleepers. This next one is in the 6K range. They're both in the 6K range. I see this one as maybe getting up to 5%, maybe, probably in like the 3% range. But if you ask me, in terms of a guy with true, like really high ceiling upside in GPP tournaments on DraftKings, I think he's one of the highest in the 6K range, and it's Luke List. I see Luke List at around that 3% range, $6,900 on DraftKings. He's plus 750 to top 20 on DraftKings. I don't know that I would bet him outright, so I'm not going to give you his outright number. I don't think I would do that, but I think as a bomb top 20, I could see Luke getting it done here. In the last 5 years at TPC Scottsdale, he's gained just over 11 strokes total with only 1 missed cut and 3 top 30s. Okay. Now, this is what I want to show you about Luke. Let me share the screen here on Fantasy National. Show you what I'm seeing. Okay. Let me show you this. Look, if we look at Waste Management, let's see. So this was Phoenix last year. Okay. Finished 53rd despite losing 6 strokes putting. My God. Okay. That's how good his ball striking was last year. Okay. But if we go to the other years, right? So here's the T20. So here's 4 of the last 5 years here. And look at what he's done. He's actually gained strokes. So gained strokes putting 2 out of the last 3 attempts at TPC Scottsdale. So like there's signs of life there with the flat stick that I like here at TPC Scottsdale. Listen, think about the winners that have won this event. It's not like there's a whole lot of like tremendous putters that have won here. But also take a look at this. Like this is somewhat encouraging. Look at how Luke kicked off the season, right? Losing 5.1, losing 5.2, losing 5.6. I mean, good Lord. The guy can't putt. He's a member at Champions Retreat along with me. I see him grinding on the putting green all the time. I love Luke. Great guy, great family. God, I want him to pull it together and get it figured out. He's working his ass off to figure out the putter, I promise you. But maybe, just maybe, are we starting to see? I mean, it's a small sample size. I don't want to freak out. It's still Luke List, but look, basically broke even at the RSM. Lost 2 to start the season off at the Century Tournament of Champions. But Kapalua, weird greens, lots of undulation, lots of nuance. He doesn't have a lot of loops around Kapalua, like maybe any. That might have been his first time playing it. I could see that one being tough. Then he goes to the MX. Again, basically breaks even. Farmers Tory wasn't great, but it's POA. It's weird. It is, it is what it is. Okay. But like this is encouraging last two outings as opposed to this. And now he comes to a golf course that he's actually gained strokes 2 out of the last 3 years. I don't mind it. I mean, and you can see Luke's upside here. Uh, he's got it. Like he can go low. If the putter is just halfway clicking, I believe Luke can really make things happen here. So, I mean, this is a course where everybody's going to hit driver, lots of drivers. That is the best weapon that Luke List has in the arsenal. He's going to send it. He gains strokes off the tee regularly at a high clip. He's going to have shorter irons into these greens. They're big greens. He's also a pretty good scrambler. When I ran my model, if you look at Luke List, let me pull it up. Strokes gained last 75 rounds around the green on Bermuda, because I think that is key this week. Looking at Bermuda strokes gained around the green, tight, nasty Bermuda, which is exactly what we have here at his home course at Champions. He's pretty good. He's like top 40% in the field. So I don't know, like ball striking here at the Waste Management's been very good. Last 24 rounds at TPC Scottsdale, he's 30th in the field in strokes gained ball striking. That's just off the tee and approach. Again, just like anything with Luke, it all comes down to the putter, but it's 6,900. He likes difficult golf courses or not birdie fest, which is kind of what we have here. 16, 17 under, probably going to win. He likes tough courses. He likes TPC Scottsdale. He gives you a lot of high upside at 6,900, give you a lot of salary relief. I'm here for it. I really am. Okay. All right. I got one more sleeper. He's cheap, y'all. He's cheap. He's cheap in the 6K. He's going to save you a lot of cash. I'm guessing between 2 to 3% ownership at the most, maybe 1% ownership at the most. By the way, drop in the comment, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Drop in the comments your favorite Super Bowl prop bet. I'm still like digging heavy into Super Bowl prop bets. I'm probably gonna have cash on like 10 or 12 of them. All right, so drop that in there. All right, last sleeper is again max 2 to 3% owned, $6,600 plus 750 to top 20 on DraftKings. And boy, oh boy, is this guy's got a reputation in our nut hut. Okay, he's got a reputation because he's burned us. But it's Matt Wallace. Okay, I know. Everybody's going, what? Matt Wallace? Dear God, what is wrong with DB? I don't know. I was just looking at some things, talking about a guy who started his year off also quite nicely. I'm going to pull it up here. Let me pull it up for you. Let's see. Share screen, Matt Wallace, official world golf ranking. Check him out. Okay, now he's 188th in the world. Well, whatever. Okay, he's been as good as 23rd. He had a rough year last year, but look how he started his year. 16th at the Dubai. Was that like a week ago, 2 weeks ago? 20th at Abu Dhabi. So, like, kicking it off rather nicely. I like this T28 at the Shriners, too. This was to start off the PJ Tour season in the fall. He also finished 14th at the Shriners in 2021. Why do I like that? Well, because Shriners is kind of desert golf, and here we have desert golf at the Waste Management. He's only played it one time. He missed the cut last year, but I like the start here for Matt Wallace. Let's take a look at his Fantasy National screen real quick, and we'll button this video up. See, I got to convince you. I gotta do my best to convince you. Like Alex Noren, like really good short game around the green, putting, pretty much year in and year out. That kind of never fails. Very rarely do we see weeks like this where he loses strokes in both categories. That was this past fall. So he can make up a lot of ground with the short game. Off the tee, he's not like if I pull up the mixed condition model with Wallace, um, distance, he's kind of middle of the road. Fairways, middle of the road, but he's like kind of back half of the middle. Okay. So it's not horribly bad by any means. He's not super short. He's not wildly inaccurate. It's just kind of middle of the road. So he just is not gonna. He's gonna have a hard time gaining strokes. When it comes to that. But here's something interesting about Matt Wallace. We have 68 logged starts on the. This is PJ Tour and Worldwide Tour stuff, not DP World Tour on Fantasy National. And out of those 68, which you would say probably stronger fields than what he plays regularly on the DP World Tour. If you just scroll, he has 6 top 10s. So at nearly 10% of a clip, he's top 10ing. I just think Matt Wallace is a long-standing, world-class player that has real upside at $6,600. He's going to be super under the radar. I think he's worth a shot. That's 3 sleepers in about 12 minutes. Thanks for watching the video. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you in the Nut Hut. We got live chats going on Wednesday for lunch, live chat Wednesday night. Check out the emails dropping to your inbox today on Tuesday and the Chalk Bomb tomorrow on Wednesday. Subscribe if you haven't already. The link is in the description of this video. All right, that's it. May your screens be green. See ya.